Welcome to the presentation on the City of Sydney's perspective of the Carlton United Brewery's redevelopment addressed to the New South Wales Government. The Central Park is a $2 billion redevelopment of the Carlton United's Kent Brewery site. It was one of the last preserved breweries, making it important to retain its heritage. The City of Sydney controlled the site from 2003 to June 2006, when the Minister for Planning took control using his powers under the Part 3A. Let's look at some of the key dates and issues of the DA process. In 2003, Carlton United announced the closure of the brewery and Australand held options on the site. Following this, the Central Sydney Planning Committee, CSPC, initiated new planning controls for the site through LEP and DCP, aligned to preserve the heritage of the site and deliver a state-of-the-art sustainable development. This led to a design competition for which the guidelines were endorsed by us. Although there were controversies relating to the FSR and heritage of Chippendale, Cox Group and Sue Barnsley Design were authorised to work on the master plan with our consent. In 2005, Australand repealed the sale agreement, stating delays in the council's planning process. However, CUB continued to develop the master plan and we hired a design consultant team for advice. The CMP, endorsed by the New South Wales Heritage Council, retaining 29 of 33 heritage items, is a big win for us. After several meetings, CUB presented their preferred FSR and we presented our draft planning controls to the CSPC. During this year, the Council negotiated extensively with the owner and developer with matters relating to the LEP, CMP and VPA. The VPA consisted of $32 million worth of affordable housing levies payable to the Redfern-Waterloo Authority and public infrastructure such as parks, amenities, roads and walkways. CUB expressed its concerns with the Council's planning process by writing to the Minister for Planning and City of Sydney. When we released a draft LEP and DCP, it was pulled down by the CSPC because the FSR was considerably lower than CUB's request. The CSPC resolved by adopting a site-specific LEP and the government officials in the CSPC pushed for an increase in FSR. In June 2006, the Minister for Planning wrote to the Lord Mayor expressing a number of concerns, one of them being a draft VPA on affordable housing levies. Following this letter, the CSPC decided to hand over the site to the Minister as the 4 government representatives voted against the 3 council members. In July 2006, the Minister declared the site as state significant under Part 3A of the EP&A Act. A number of positive outcomes have stemmed from this redevelopment. Chippendale's terraces have received a major facelift resulting in increased valuation prices, and the community is now more connected to the city by increased walkability and cycleways. A stringent CMP approval gave rise to a fusion of modern and heritage architecture. And One Central Park has also received a 5 Green Star rating achieved by a global collaboration of architects, urban planners and designers. Lastly, the technical and visual aspects align well with the City of Sydney's 2030 vision. As the Council, we have a few critiques towards the New South Wales Government's involvement with the DA process. Starting with the last-minute intervention by the Minister for Planning just before the developer signed the VPA made the Council's efforts, time and money futile. Secondly, when the Council wrote to the Department of Planning, Infrastructure and Natural Resources requesting clarification on affordable housing levies, we didn't receive a timely reply, delaying the draft LEP. There was little visibility on how the levies towards the Redfern-Waterloo Authority were going to be spent. Finally, it's easy for the state to approve increased FSRs, however, this creates population issues that the Council has to deal with later. We would like to provide some recommendations that would have made the Council's involvement more effective. The government always had control over the site through the CSPC. This could have been resolved by having equal number of representatives from the Council and the state. Likewise, the expert advisory panel appointed by the Minister did not include any Council members. The Council deserves a more equitable role in the planning process. Under Part 3A, having a minister solely responsible for the development approval can be a risk to other stakeholders. However, the Planning Assessment Commission that was introduced after the Council repealed the Part 3A works towards solving this. Replacing apartments with non-residential spaces to reduce car parking area increases the carbon footprint from additional commuters to the city. This could be resolved by reducing the FSR and promoting walkability. In conclusion, the CUB site has been one of Sydney's most successful urban renewal projects, and we look forward to working with the state government on future projects.